guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another episode of Tell Me More. Today we have a couple stories that are kind of like all over the place, but they were interesting stories that I wanted to talk about. There's one specific story that I'm like, whoa, like I need your guys' opinion because I don't even know what to say about it. It's kind of crazy, so I kind of need your help to talk about the story. I don't know what to do. So as always, I'm going to start off with some disclaimers. I have the fan on in the back. There might be some kids playing outside, so you can hear that, and I have Clemmy sleeping down below, but if you hear her walking around, just ignore her. She's fine. We're gonna start off with the first story, which is, hi Michelle, hope you're doing well. I love your channel and I love how you connect with us. It really makes your channel different and unique. Thank you. My name is blank and my questions are, when is the right time to move in with your significant other, and is too young bad? I have dated my boyfriend for about 6 years now. I'm turning 20 in November and my boyfriend is 20. I live in New York City and it's pretty expensive. My boyfriend recently has been asking me to consider moving in with him in the next 2 years, but it will be with his parents until we can get our own place. Problem is that I don't see a reason to move in until I'm financially stable and when I'm almost done with college. I'll be going for my master's in education. I come from an Asian household and I don't think my mom will be too fond of that. I've explained to him why I wouldn't, but when I brought it up, it seems like he takes offense to me saying no straight up. I love his parents, but girl, I don't want to be living with them if I'm going to move out. I'd rather be in my own space with him. I get that he wants to take the next step, but in 2 years, I think that's too fast. Just to let you know, before COVID and the shutdown, he had a full-time job at the airlines and was doing well. I work retail and take internships regarding my major. So in that sense, I kind of can see his point, but isn't that too early or like rushing in a way? Please let me know what you think. I can't wait to watch more videos from you. Okay, so a few things. I think there's no such thing as too young to move in together, but I do think there's such thing as not ready to move in together. It doesn't have to do with age. I think it has to do with like your financial stability. If you're not financially stable, I think it would be a mistake. But then again, you're saying you're moving in with his parents, but you don't want to. I think you should stand by what you want and don't want. If you don't want to live with his parents, I don't think you should. It would be kind of a, I think for me, I think he wants to be with you and wants to like live with you, and so the only way he can make it work is if you move in with his parents, because then that way, if you do end up paying rent, it's obviously not going to be that much, or hopefully it's not going to be that much if they're nice enough to give you a discount on rent, or if you have to pay rent at all. But I do feel like if you don't want to, then I don't think you should have to, and he shouldn't force you into it. Sounds like you're in a pretty good headspace where you're like, I want to finish my education, I want a full-time job, like I want to be financially stable before we commit into this. And you have to be really careful when you communicate that to him, because I feel like you have to make sure that when you say you don't want to move in with him, it's not because you don't want to take that next step with him, it's just you don't think it's the smart time right now. Like you want to be fully prepared. You mentioned that he gets offended, or it could be offensive when you say that you don't want to move in with him right now. And it's not even that it has to do with his parents or him. It's really just you have standards and this is how it is, and he should respect that. So many things can happen in 2 years. Like, you just never know. What if an opportunity opens up for him? Or what if an opportunity opens for you? And what if you guys are able to actually get a place of your own without having to move in with your parents? Then that would be a different story. I would definitely talk about it with your mom and see what she says. You know, mothers are wise. I know sometimes we don't want to listen to what they've got to say, but they have some words of wisdom here and there. So just bring it up to her and see what she thinks. You have really good valid points, and he should be able to respect that. You said you wanted to be financially stable, and if you're not right now, why would you want to move out? You don't want to move in with his parents. Sometimes it's hard to say no to someone when they really want it, and he knows that technically nothing's stopping you except for yourself. He has to come to terms with like, okay, this isn't gonna make her happy, then it should be an easy solution. That's why I think my response to this is so quick and fast, because it sounds like sounds like you pretty much made up your mind. And I think you should stand by your morals and what you want in life. I realized I didn't even tell you guys what I'm drinking today. Today I'm drinking, it is San Pellegrino with vodka. The specific San Pellegrino, I believe, is like a strawberry black cherry or something like that. Wow. I was clearly thirsty, but that was not something to chug. Next story is, hi Michelle, thank you so much for starting this YouTube series. I need advice from a fellow big girl since I really look up to you and just seeing how confident you are. I'm a big girl and I have extremely low self-esteem because of it, especially when it comes to dating. I constantly feel like I'm not worth it and don't deserve a certain guy, even when they show interest because of my size. How do you combat this feeling of being so insecure that it impedes your dating life? I'm in my late 20s and have never had a boyfriend and I'm still a virgin. I'm the most confident person when it comes to my professional life, but in my personal life, I feel like a complete failure. Should I just cut the cord and start sleeping with random guys? I'm not against that at all, but just being so insecure is making me afraid that guys will find me gross. I just need experience at this point in my life, but my weight is holding me back from putting myself out there. I'm currently trying to be more active and changing my lifestyle so that I can look and feel better, but I feel like it's such a negative mentality to have to tell myself I'll start dating when I reach X amount of weight. Please slap me awake. Thanks for reading and I hope to get some advice from you soon. Love you. Girl, you are not alone. Don't even worry about it. One of the reasons why I chose this is because I could relate to it, obviously being a big girl as well. I will say you're not the only one alone when it comes to dating and, you know, looking a certain way. Now all the trolls will probably come out and be like, it's because you're fat, or guys don't like you because you're fat, you know. It's like, okay, cool story, thank you. But I totally understand the feeling, and I don't think that it's just big girls. Yes, of course, we have a lot more to think about, I feel like, when it comes to, it's not just about like, oh, these jeans are like, these jeans make me look ugly, or this shirt is too short on me. Like, at least me, I go through a lot when it comes to dating. When it comes to dating, I'm always worried about, like, my photos probably don't look the way it does. I'm talking in a dating app sense. Like, if you met someone on an online dating app and then you met up with them, I'm just so scared because they're gonna be like, oh, she catfished me. I'm always scared of, like, what if he sees me and it's not exactly what he wanted? And, you know, unfortunately, people look at looks before they give it a shot. People are very quick to judge. It's like, that person's fat, I'm not gonna talk to them. But it's like, you never even like gave it a chance. You don't even know the person, and we assume like, oh, we won't get along with them because they're too skinny, or we won't get along with them because they're too fat. But at the end of the day, it's how you carry yourself. I've noticed when I act confident, I feel confident because they perceive me as confident. You guys perceive me as confident because I put myself out there on YouTube or Instagram as confident, but I'm really not. You can ask any of my friends. I'm not like this all the time. It's a persona kind of thing, because when you act it, you feel it. You feel like it's true. And I don't want you to think that means being fake. I think one of the reasons why you said I'm the most confident when it comes to my professional life, but in my personal life, I feel like a complete failure. It's because in your professional life, it's A, B, and C. This is what you do in order to be a good professional worker, or, you know, whatever case you're in, like corporate. I don't know what you work in, but you know, like, you kind of know what you're supposed to do. This is what they expect from you, and you do it, and you're confident because you did it. That's exactly it. Life scares everyone. You don't know what's gonna happen in your life. Something can happen like that and everything changes. A lot of it, I think, also stems from the fact that you are a virgin. Not that being a virgin is bad at all. Oh my god, being a virgin is not bad at all. You are a unicorn, and it's not a bad thing. I know when people say you're a unicorn, or wow, you haven't lost your virginity, like, they make it seem like it's a bad thing, but that's something important to you. I don't know, I can't really tell if it's important to you because you're saying that you kind of want to lose it because you don't really care at this point, but I feel like if you've kept it for this long, you said you're in your late 20s. If I were to say I'm in my late 20s, I would say like 28, like, or almost 28, so like somewhere around 27. There has to be a reason why you had kept it. to yourself. And I think holding on to your virginity is something very special. I wanted to be a virgin until I got married, or at least until I fell in love, and I wasn't able to do that for myself, and it hurt me, and then I got over it, and now it's all fun. But that's not the point. The point is, I don't think that you should just go out and talk to a random guy and then lose your virginity. That's not it. That's not it. At this point, I feel like, actually, you know what? Do whatever you want. It's not my body. It's your body. If you want it and you feel it, you do it, girl. Go out there. Be safe about it, but do it. Do whatever you want to do, because at the end of the day, it's whatever makes you happy. If you want to go sleep with 10 other men in one night, that might get you a title of a hoe. But if that's what makes you happy, that's what makes you happy. That's just what you gotta do. Right now, it's only about you. What makes you happy? Do what makes you happy. If you wanna go meet a guy and have sex with him tonight, go do it. If you don't wanna do it and you wanna lose it to someone you fall in love with, do that too. Do whatever you wanna do. Me personally, I would still wanna do it with someone special. I didn't do it with someone special, and it was a total nightmare for me. It was just not the experience that I thought, and it literally broke me, because I was a really big hopeless romantic. I was, you know, like, I wanted to fall in love. I wanted to do it with someone who loved me or cared about me, and that didn't happen, and it literally killed me. So your question was, should I just cut the cord and start sleeping with random guys? Do it if you want to. If that's what you want, do it. Do whatever you want, girl. Do whatever makes you happy. Does that boost confidence? No. It's like 2 seconds of a high, and then it goes right back down. It is all about your mindset and your headspace, because for me personally, when I used to do it because I thought it would boost my confidence, because it's like, oh, a guy wants me. Like, you know, this is why he ends up having sex with me. It was just a stupid 2 seconds, and then that was, not literally, but it's a stupid night, and then it's over. Because if that's not a relationship, it's literally just he wanted you because you had a hole, and it wasn't a blow-up doll. And I think it fucks with your mind even more than it's supposed to, and I wouldn't personally do it. I would do it with someone who at least cares about you, so that there's a friendship, so that there is like mutual connection. Because when you do it with a complete stupid stranger, like I did, it becomes useless to you, and it becomes just kind of like a stupid memory, and then you're kind of just stuck with that, you know? And one day when you fall in love, and one day if you get married, or one day if you have kids, don't you want to be able to tell that story? Like, my story is, don't be stupid when you go visit your best friend's hometown and be stupid. That's what I would say to my kids. I hope that helped in some way. I know I feel like I kind of went in circles with that one, but it's just, when it comes to self-confidence, I feel like it has a lot to do with how you portray yourself. We are the only ones in control of how we feel. No one else can make us feel a certain way. I think that you saying you're working on yourself, changing your lifestyle, I think that's amazing. You should continue to work on yourself, and I can't wait what happens when you finally get to a point where you're like, fuck it, I don't need no man, I'm fine, it's okay. I think the whole virginity thing is just because our world, our social life, our society, our culture is just so infested with sex, and that's all it is. And sometimes that's not just what it is. It's fun, but that's not all it is. I'm just gonna keep rambling if I don't shut up, so I'm gonna stop here, and I hope some of that made sense to you, and I hope some of that helped you out. Moving on to the next story. This is a story that I need your guys' help with, because I was very iffy about sharing it, because I was like, I don't know how I feel about this story, but I want to talk about it with you guys because I want to know genuinely what you guys would do. I already know my answer, like what I would do if it was my personal life, but I just feel like I'm literally gonna say only a couple words, and then you guys, I want you guys to literally go down in the comments and tell me what you would do or what you wouldn't do or whatever the case may be. Okay, so ready? Hey Michelle, I have just started following your YouTube not long ago. I have never been really into videos about stories, but after watching one of the TMM videos, I got so addicted. Just before I get into my story, I want to thank you for your videos because I resonate with a lot of your thinking. Like you, I'm parched. Like you, I am also Asian, but I was adopted by an American family when I was 2 years old. I don't remember anything before 5 years old. I've never questioned myself about my true identity because I have never thought that I was adopted until I started middle school. I realized how different I looked from my brothers. They have beautiful blue eyes and golden blonde hair, but I have black hair and dark brown eyes. I was often teased around by other students in my school, which was horrible because my self-esteem dropped. But there was one thing that I actually enjoyed about my life, which is my brothers. They are the best brothers in the world, and because we are so close in age, we get along very well. They protect me in school and would always be by my side when I need them. We are inseparable. It was during the summer when my parents told me about my true identity. I was adopted from China in 2004, and I was the only kid they adopted. I don't know who my biological parents are, and I have no intention of finding them, but because I know about my adoption, my relationship with my two brothers changed. It changed so much that I don't know how to respond. My two older brothers are twins, but they don't look anything like each other, and they have two different personalities. I love them equally. When I was in 11th grade and they in 12th grade, I realized something unusual. My brothers no longer hang around their friends, but always, almost 24/7 around me. I felt like my freedom was being taken away, so I confronted them. My oldest brother's response threw me out the window. He told me he loves me, not sibling love, but romantically, and that he knew I was not biologically related to them. He told me he wants me to give it a try and date him. If I didn't love him the way he loves me, I can just tell him and we can break up. He gave me a week to think about it. I actually thought about it, but everything got worse after my other brother figured it out. To my surprise, he was infuriated about brother one, the oldest one, for not telling him. That night, brother two got into a fight with brother one. Everything was out of control and I have no idea what to do. Right when I was going to go back to my room, brother two grabbed me and told me he was also in love with me. I was so confused. My head was going crazy. Brother two looked right in my eyes and I could see tears in his eyes. Not long before, brother one grabbed me by another arm. Now I am stuck between the two people I love the most. School just started, and because of COVID-19, I am being homeschooled, which makes everything awkward. I can constantly feel the intense emotions between the two, but I don't know how to fix it. I don't know if I love them the way they love me. To be honest, after knowing that I was adopted, there are definitely changes in the relationship, but I don't know if the changes are due to my own insecurities or that I'm in love with them too. I don't even understand myself anymore. Everything is just so complicated. So, as you can see, that's a lot. It sounds like a Korean drama that's going to end terribly. It sounds like a telenovela. I've never even watched a telenovela, but it sounds like it's gonna be one. And I said that very American, yes. I need a drink for this. One, it sounds literally like that's impossible. How does that, whoa, I don't even know what to say. I literally don't know what to say. A random thought that came into my head was, what if brother number two is just saying that he likes you because he just wants to, like, win? You know what I mean? Not that he doesn't love you. He could love you. I don't know. I don't know the case. But the random thought came up to my head where I'm like, ooh, what if he's just saying that because brother one said it and he just wants to win the, you know? I don't know. I really don't know. Like, I'm speechless. I have no idea what to say about this. Okay, I think, I don't know what to say. I genuinely don't know what to say. Okay, here's, you know what, all I'm gonna say, actually, yes, I do have something to say. I always have something to say. If I was in your shoes and I was adopted and I had 2 twin brothers and that happened to me, I, as Michelle, would not do anything about it. First of all, because I know you're not blood and I know you're not biological, but it's like, what do you expect? Your parents to disown you when you're 18 and then you can finally date your brother? I don't know, like the fact that you aren't like, oh my god, like so relieved that he said he loved me because I love him too, makes it seem like, okay, so it wasn't even a thought for you until he said something, so we should leave it alone. You know, like your parents adopted you because they wanted you to be a part of their family. You grew up as brothers and sisters, and that's all that should matter. And the fact that, you know, yeah, you know, it's just messy. I would just not, personally. But that is, yeah, you know what? I'm just not even gonna say anything. I wouldn't, that's just me. I wouldn't do anything about it. I'd just be like, y'all, I love you. You're my brothers. You're very special to me. But my love for you is not on the romantic level. Like, let's bring it down a notch, you know? Yeah, that's what I would do. But you know what? It's just me. You do what you gotta do. But I do want to hear what you guys have to say. Like, I genuinely want to know what you guys would say. Or if you've dealt with something the same. Like, if you're adopted and your brother or sister fell in love with you, I would love to know your guys' story or opinions down in the comments below. But at the same time, please be kind. Use your kind words. Don't be mean. Don't be weird. Like, if your comment is rude, it's gonna get deleted, like I say. But I hope you guys enjoyed these stories. They were very interesting. I think some of it had life lessons. Some of it was very interesting and I didn't know what to say, so I want your opinion. But thank you for joining me for another episode. of Tell Me More, and I can't wait to see you guys in another one. Give this video a big thumbs up if you haven't already, and subscribe to my channel if you also haven't already, and I will see you guys next time. Bye! Clemmy, Clementine, come here, baby. Oh, baby. Hi. She's so confused.